What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast, man. Have a special guest. I seen him online. I'm checking him out. I'm like, man, is he a guru? What kind of person is he? Is he a businessman? I'm really checking him out, and man, I'm telling you guys, you are in for a treat today, man. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Man, nice to meet you, bro.
Yes, sir. Tell the people about you.
A little bit about me, Demetrice Ballenger. I do run a real estate company. To answer your question, I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
Real estate developer.
Yes.
Businessman.
Yes.
My core. I love business.
Ooh.
So a little bit about me. I'm originally from Georgia.
Okay.
Moved here in 2008.
Okay.
Transitioning from one university to another university down in
got
Prairie
you.
View.
Yes, sir.
So
you graduated from Prairie View?
I went to Prairie View, studied civil engineering.
So you and my wife, PB, you know?
You know. So I came from Tuskegee.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So HBCU in the house.
Yes, sir.
So then I got my real estate license back in 2000, I want to say 13, 14.
Okay.
Time frame. Jumped in real estate full time, man.
Come on.
And haven't looked back.
Man. So I love talking about the mindset of how y'all think. A lot of people, let me tell you something. Real estate agents, they sharp, and you got to be a little savvy though.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like honestly, man, to be a realtor, man.
Come on, talk about it.
You gotta have a little cray in you.
Ooh.
I do, use I practice license, but for the most part of it, I use my license to more so on the acquisition process because we buy a lot of land, develop a lot of properties, and then we list them. I am partnered up with a business partner who focuses primarily on the sales and marketing side of the business. So I more so go out and bring the business in.
Oh, so usually
when it's time to do the sales.
So you're the closer.
Yeah.
Basically, you're the closer. Because
Yeah.
everybody can't go do that.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
People cannot do that. So this is the thing, though, and I want to ask you this question because I seen some on your page saying rental entrepreneur. What was that about?
So that
Explain that.
Last year I got invited to a summit. To be one of they reached out to me to be a sponsor, and then, me wherever I'm putting my money at, I'm like, hey, can I get an opportunity to
Come
speak?
on, talk about
so
it.
it was a summit going on, primarily focusing on like the rental homes.
Yes.
But not so more so your basic rental homes, like Airbnb properties.
Oh,
being able
to leverage
an apartment unit.
Yes.
To be able to lease it out for Airbnb. So that was one of those events, and I more so just got up there speaking about what I brand and what I do.
Yeah, because I like when I seen it, I'm like, okay, rental entrepreneur. I'm like, cause like I love stuff like that. Cause that to me that's catchy. And I was like, man, what are you saying? Cause at the end of the day, I'm like, to be a real estate agent, to be an investor, to be just somebody out there in the marketplace, you gotta have a different type of mindset.
Oh yeah.
So what made you go from getting out of college, all right, and getting into real estate? Like, tell us about that transformation, that story.
Honestly, real estate was always my forefront.
Okay.
So, grew up in a construction family.
Okay.
My dad has been in land development and land clearing for all of his life, land construction. And so I always, wanted to be in real estate.
I got you.
My goal was to always be, developing residential communities, subdivisions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I like
so
that.
I kind of, leveraged my engineering background to hop into real estate, to take the experience of just knowing land in general.
I got you.
To just kind of start,
So in today's economy, you think it's better for people, because this is a good question though. Should people be renting or should they be buying? Now let me say, I know you're gonna say buying, but I'm saying sometimes you can rent something, right? You can rent something downtown, be able to stack some money to go buy something. So take me on this journey of, because I know everybody about ownership,
right?
But is it good? Is it better for some people to rent, and why?
I think it's based on a person. I think it's, that is a great question, by the way. I think that is based on a person truly situation.
Okay, I got you.
Because one of the things that you've been hearing lately, because the interest rates are 7% right now, is date the rate and marry the house.
I liked it.
Yeah, so I'm really not a true believer in that.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Just because you can, you can get into the house now at a higher interest rate.
I got you.
Doesn't necessarily mean you truly can afford that home. But because we're operating on the old traditional mindset of ownership, that, if you buy today, updating the rate, just what it is today, in hopes that it's going to come down, and, it will come down.
So you can refinance. But there's not 100% certainty that you'll be able to refinance. Okay, I got you.
So that's why I don't really like that phrase.
Yeah, because, I kind of want to steer people in the right direction when it comes to, like, I'm big on ownership because, we're in the process right now of getting out of here and getting our own building built because I don't want to lease forever.
Right.
This is not the right mindset for the way I think.
Right.
All right.
Right.
But how do we help the next generation? They graduating from college. They in Houston, Texas. They're like, man, I can go downtown for $1,800. It's gonna be small though.
Right.
But I can go get a house for $2,400.
Right.
I mean, how do you kind of juggle that? You know what I'm saying?
One of the things that I always, because entrepreneurship and me being a businessman in my core,
yes,
I always think about multiple streams of income.
Me too.
And so one of the things that I would advise, especially in the world that we are today, is figure out a way to create multiple streams of income.
Ooh, come on, talk about it.
And the reason why I say that, Houston, I got here in 2009.
Okay.
2008, 2009.
Okay.
So seeing where, how Katie was when I first got here.
To now,
my God. The reason why I say multiple streams of income is, for kids coming out of college, going into their careers, get into your career, but instead of blowing your money, take your money and start investing. You can buy land, you can buy rental properties and do Airbnb. Figure out, you can partner with people.
That's
I
good.
always say partner.
That's good.
Partnership.
Collaboration over competition.
50% of something is better than 100% of nothing.
I agree.
I always collaborate.
I like that.
That's what I would recommend.
Okay, so it's another thing too, though, because I meet a lot of entrepreneurs because I'm out in the marketplace. I mean, I'm everywhere. If there's an event going on and it's something to do with entrepreneurship, I'm trying to be in the building.
Right.
The price don't matter with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a tax write it off anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get as much education, be around so many different entrepreneurs. So where do the mindset of when a person, let's use a scenario. You got a 21-year-old kid. He's saying, do I go do real estate? Do I go get my real estate license? Or do I go into investments? What you rather them go buy and flip a home? Or you rather them go get the license and to put people in the pipeline? Because, you got to put me, talk about it.
So, man, great question. I just got asked this question a few days ago at this speaking engagement I was in with Matthew, the mortgage guy.
Okay.
Kid, 19 years old, came in, I want to say from D.C., and he asked that question.
Okay.
Hey, should I get my real estate license or should I start investing and buying rental properties? And my first question was, is real estate foreign to you? The reason why I asked that question is, if real estate is foreign to you, I'm not telling you to get your real estate license, but at least take the 6 required coursework for your real estate license, so you can learn the lingo.
So get educated.
Okay, because you got real estate principles 1, real estate principles 2, real estate finance, real estate appraisal, promulgated forms. So when you start taking those classes, that's the language and the lingo that you're going to be using.
I think people need to hear that though.
Yeah, yes.
Because a lot of people, I noticed we have some I call them kids. I'm 43. They 23. They rent the podcast room out, and one of them's like, man, look, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to put my parents in debt. I don't want to become in debt. But what I do want to do is get involved in real estate.
Right.
All right. He 23.
Right.
I think he got the correct mindset.
Right.
He just got to get the correct tools.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's a school here located in Houston, and I think they're in Dallas too, called Champion School of Real Estate.
Oh, yeah, yes.
So you can, I want to say $1,200 to take the all 6 required courses, the test prep, et cetera. But even if you come into it flipping, you're still going to have to know that language. You're still going to have to get a realtor to represent you in buying the house or selling the house. So that's why I say take the coursework.
So which more important? Skill set or mindset?
Mindset. Skills can be built. Skills can be built. You first have to develop it in your mind. Okay. As a man thinking, so is he. I believe in mindset.
Yes. Yeah. Which one do you need confidence or cockiness to be successful?
Confidence.
Or do you need both?
Confidence.
You sure?
Confidence. Confidence brings
Well, Michael Jordan is a little bit cocky, so I said that you need both.
Everybody don't have that ability.
Okay, I got you.
So I would say confidence.
Okay, confidence. Because I mean, you gotta have. To me, you need both. I think you need some kind of cockiness that's like it's your confidence, but that confidence builds that cockiness to. The only reason I became Joffrey is because my mindset shifted, and my confidence built my cockiness, but I still was humble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Even though I was like, man, look, I'm that dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's okay to say to yourself, I'm that guy.
Okay, so it is okay.
It's okay to say that.
Okay, because some people are like, well, no, don't talk about yourself too much.
Right.
I'm like, well, who do you talk to when you can't talk to nobody?
Man,
yourself.
So I believe we're part of the same generation.
Okay.
I just turned 37 today. So
okay, cool. Happy birthday.
I believe our generation has started challenging we have challenged a lot of the true traditional ways.
Yes.
And growing up, my dad always used to tell me to stay humble. But at one point, you do have to say to yourself, hey, I'm this person. I'm this person. I can do this. Like, as opposed to trying to be meekness and mild.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you like you say, a little cockiness have to come.
To bring it out.
Correct.
I mean, we love great players. We love these athletes. But they have to have some kind of cockiness to become successful. Like, I'm that person. Because what I noticed, when the lights cut on, everybody ain't good.
Right.
So the lights off, they hitting all the shots.
Right.
But when the 20,000 fans in the audience, and it's a different kind of mindset. Humbleness or hunger? Do you need both?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you're hungry, you may have to put that humbleness to side.
Because come on!
If you don't have nothing feeding you, you got to figure out a way to feed yourself. So man, that's a good question.
Because I kind of think that people want to be like, well, I'm gonna be humble. I'm like, hold on though. To listen, this is the thing. I told this story the other day. I said, man, between a worker and an entrepreneur. The worker, they give him a plate of food. He eats the food, okay? Even though he might not be full, that's all they give him for this moment. That's the worker. That's the job.
Right.
The entrepreneur, when he wake up, whatever he kills is what he eat.
Correct.
So that means it's unlimited potential for him.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
The mindset.
Correct.
So, again, your mindset better be to another level when it comes
to... Correct. All excuses go out of the door.
Oh, come on, talk about it.
All excuses go out of the door.
So name us, what's some quotes that you live by? You know what I'm saying? You're an entrepreneur, so something that you wrote or something that can empower the people that you personally live by.
I believe in quality over quantity.
I like that.
So one of the quotes that I always use, and tell people that what is cheap is expensive and what's expensive is cheap.
I like it.
So if you're going to be cheap on yourself or hiring, watered down employees, you're going to pay for it somewhere else.
That's
so
true.
Go ahead and build that confidence.
That's true.
To be able to say, hey, this person is just as smart as me, or this person is maybe a little bit better than me.
Come on.
And build your confidence up that you still can lead that person. So I always say what's cheap is expensive and what's expensive is cheap.
Man, I like that. So GPS. This is what I'm saying. So do people need a mentor to be successful? This is a tough one. And let me give you my analogy of a mentor. A mentor is a GPS. Let me explain. If me and you was going to Dallas and somebody told us their address and we looked up on the map when they put in that on that phone, I don't know if we're gonna find it.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
But if we put it in GPS, it tells us how long it's gonna take us to get there. It tells us the route. It tells us the fastest route.
Right.
Now, I say that because people need a mentor because of the GPS. The reason why that mentor helps you. He tells you how long. He tells you how. He distracts you from making some of the mistakes that he made.
Right.
So I think that people need a mentor. But you tell me. I don't know. It depends. I mean,
I respect the older generation.
I got you.
And I believe in mentorship.
Okay, I got you.
I believe in mentorship because that's one of the things we're struggling with in this world right now. As how fast it's moving, everything is moving at a fast pace.
Yes,
I want it now, and there's nothing wrong with wanting it. You know, we're accomplishing the things in 10 years that it may have took some of our parents and grandparents 30, 40 years.
Talk about it.
But at the same time, you still need that person to groom you. Hey, watch out for this. Watch out for that. Hey, he's this type of person that you're going to be negotiating with.
Yes.
GPS can't tell you that.
That's
GPS
true.
just tell you the destination.
That's it.
GPS don't tell you, hey, I've worked with this type before. Watch his personality. He's a shark. He's a snake.
Yes.
You know, so GPS don't tell you certain things. GPS is, you know, it just tells you the destination, the time frame that it's going to take to get there.
You know what's great, though, about GPS? And I tell people this. A GPS, it tells you two things on that GPS. It tells you the long route and the short route.
Right.
The long route is the what? The non-paid route.
Yeah.
The short route is the paid route.
Right.
The problem with people is they don't want to invest in themselves, bro.
Correct.
I'm meeting people. I'm like, bro, your best investment is you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I invest, man, I don't have to be close to $100,000 just in training on like how to build my brand, how to get myself out in the marketplace, how to negotiate, whether it's online, offline, how to do videos. I didn't master the game.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to read. You have to educate yourself. You have to prepare yourself for where you're going. That's what I truly believe. You have to prepare.
So all right. So reading is important. How important is reading for your success? Because a lot of people, I'm guessing because I'm meeting the different generations. So we know the older generation. They pretty much like, they ain't got access to what we got access to.
Correct.
So then we got our generation. But then you got them 18, 19, 20, 20, 22.
No, I'm joking,
No, that's true though. Yeah, but they think they know, but they don't know.
They don't know.
They think they know though.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I'm learning about them. Their work ethic is, it's like, oh, I can just get rich tomorrow on TikTok. Right. I'm like, bro, they don't work like that.
Man. Wow, that's deep. Because I grew up, you know, in the country. So where I'm from, my hometown is like 2,500 people. And so everybody knew everybody. If you got in trouble, it made it home before you did. Come on. But saying that to say this, I grew up around my grandparents, and they instilled, when they get up, you get up.
Come on.
When they go outside, you go outside.
Come on.
You don't go back inside until it's time for dinner.
Yeah.
They work you. So I believe in work ethics. But at the same time, work ethics don't have to necessarily be physical labor.
Yeah.
Work ethics can be behind a computer.
It can.
Working. But at the same time, looking at the way that you can post one video and it goes viral.
But how many times is doing that though?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I understand you have to post videos, but I mean, it's like,
take me for example.
Okay, come on, let's go.
I believe in letting your work, you know, speak for itself.
Yes.
So one of the things that I did when I first got into real estate, man, I saw so many people marketing themselves on Instagram as if the next guru.
Okay.
So one of the things that I focused on, I believe in being competent at what you do.
Okay.
Especially with me being in the real estate development arena, you can attract an investor at any given time.
I got you.
So with saying that to say this, I wanted to kind of stay off the radar a little bit, just work my way through it, learn the development side of the business, learn the learn what it takes to develop, learn everything that goes into bringing a project from A to Z. And so before I started marketing myself, so that way when someone is attracted to me, if someone reached out to me, like you reached out to me, wanted to do a podcast, if you reached out to me and said, hey, Demetrice, man, I got $1 million I want to invest in. I've been watching you from a distance.
Come on.
I know that immediately I'm going to say, hey, let me get my attorney involved.
Yes.
Get your LLC involved. Let's set up a partnership.
Yes.
Let's invest in this property. At the same time, I got this opportunity that I already got under contract.
I love
my engineering plans are ready. My architectural plans. So if you put in the necessary work.
Yes.
And you invest it into your craft, like you said, eventually your work speaks for itself. And then you will draw what you saw people drawing, you know, when you wasn't marketing yourself.
And I think that's important. And I tell people all the time, go do the work.
Correct.
If you do the work, the success is going to come.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Do the work. Lock in.
Absolutely.
You know, my first year of full-time entrepreneurship, I stayed in the house. My wife was saying, man, I'm not sometimes the only person you meet. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only person you see. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so locked in trying to figure out how I was going to build Why Now Is Your Time, my brand, right? Finish writing my book, building my digital courses. Right. I was locked in. I didn't see nothing else but what I was trying to do. Right. And I think isolation brings elevation. Correct. You know, when you isolate yourself and you get locked in, everybody want to be out. Everybody want to be
known. Everybody want to be seen.
Bro.
And, you know, for me, I was like, man, I want to market myself. And I hope it's okay that I'm
no, yeah, come on. Yes.
I want to market myself.
Yes, sir.
But I don't want to be the next African American or black man marketing himself as if he know what he's doing, or he's marketing himself doing something that he has no competency in. And I think we have, maybe it's a responsibility I took on. But when I got into real estate, like on the development side, I really had no mentor that looked like me to kind of advise me.
And I think that's what they listen. And I go out and I talk to different people that's like, man, you got a studio? I'm like, yeah, I got a podcast studio. I got podcast mentorship. I got ebook. I got the digital course. But they don't see, when they come here and they look at, wow, you got a whole studio. Wow, what made you, you know what I'm saying? You job free, man. How you got there? Like they want to know, but they didn't see me. Right. They see the other races. Right. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to build a community so they can see like, oh, man, this guy create products. This guy is a multimillionaire off of digital products, off of books, off of information. Because we got it in us.
Yeah.
It's just how do we package it, promote it, and position it to make money off of it.
Correct. So I wanted to be the example of that if someone reach out to me and say, hey, Demetrice, I see what you're doing. Is there a way you can mentor me, or can, do an internship with you, whatever the case is. I want to be able to properly guide them, because with us, we only got one chance. and most of the time, not even that.
Man.
So I wanted, because I was missing that when I got going. And it's okay, because you can get mentorship from anybody.
Yeah.
But, of course, we're always going to, look for our own kind of mentors. And so I wanted to make sure that, let me become that person that I was missing.
And so I'm at this event. Me and my wife, we were a backpack drive coming up in August 6th. And it was like, man, when you come there, how many backpacks? I said, well, we're going to do 48 backpacks. We'll do 48 backpacks. We're going to fill them in, whatever the price I'm paying for it. Me and my wife already ordered the backpack. We're doing everything. And it's like, can you speak so that the kids can know that there are black authors out there? And I'm like, I can speak. Right. I can go out there and speak. Because, again, I grew up in a little town called Baytown. Okay. I didn't see black people being successful. Right. I seen black people getting gunned down. I seen black people getting harassed by the cops. Right. That's what I seen. Right. So I was like, man, how can I become something different? Right. So that when they see me, they're like, oh, you the Why Now Is Your Time guy. You the guy with the podcast. Right. You the guy with the books, the digital, Right. That's important. Right. So there's a word game. I like to play this word game. I say a word, and I tell you an acronym, and you tell me what it means. Okay. The first word is now. Now. N-O-W? Okay. Yes, the acronym is no opportunity wasted. What's your thoughts on that?
When an opportunity is presented to you,
come on,
run. Take it, because it's someone that is crying on their knees right now. Ooh. It's someone that is praying. It's someone that may be laying in a hospital bed. It's someone begging God to be in your position.
Man, that's so good.
And take it serious. Take it serious when that opportunity is presented. Man. Now, all opportunities aren't for you.
That's true.
It's okay to pass on a few.
That's true.
But I believe in preparation that you'll know when those opportunity comes if that opportunity is already for you or not.
The next one is POUR. Acronym. Passing is you're gonna kind of lead off of this, what you just said. Passing over opportunity repeatedly. People have opportunity pass them by every day. What's your thoughts on it?
Honestly, that means you're speaking about something you're really not interested in. Because if this is what drives you every day, come on. This is what motivates you every day. This is what get you out of the bed and leave your wife at home and leave your kids. Come on. And because entrepreneurship takes time away from you. Man, you miss time with the family.
Yes.
You You walk in the house, your wife may roll her eyes at you. In general, you know what I'm saying? Like, but what I'm saying is, the only reason you keep missing those opportunities is because you haven't really sold yourself on what it is you're trying to do.
Man, I always say preparation prevents poor performance.
Correct.
As long as you prepared, don't worry about it. Go get it.
Correct.
The next one is hope. Help other people excel. What's your thoughts on that?
This goes back to what I was saying about taking time to get competent.
Yes.
Because the better you get,
come on,
the more opportunities going to come your way, but the more people that look like you are going to attach themselves to you. Some are going to be serious. Some are going to be, not so serious.
Come on.
But it's a responsibility that we have to be able to properly guide the next generation or even someone your age.
Yes. Next one is money. Acronym. Momentarily owned, not externally yours. Money just a tool. What's your thoughts?
It's just a tool, man. Money is a tool to get you from A to Z. Man, when you look at this could be a whole nother podcast when you talk about money. It is. We don't know money, first off. We don't know how to use money. We don't know what and I'm glad you brought this up because back years ago I was looking at something on Instagram, and I saw a gentleman talking about, man, they turned me down for the on a construction loan because I'm black and they didn't want to work with me, et cetera. They saying I didn't have enough money. Well, when I started working with the banks, and I figured, because I'm real inquisitive, I like knowing the mechanicals of it. I like knowing the operation side of things, knowing everything from A to Z. I realized banks look at, especially when you first get going, number one, banks want to know, okay, who are your partners?
Who are you? Yeah.
And who is your partner? You can't walk in and say, I'm doing all this myself. They're going to shut you down.
Quick.
Banks want to know, number one, have you selected a general contractor?
Yes.
Number two, who's going to be the broker selling your product? That's number two. That's number three. What's your experience? And if you ain't got no experience, that's fine, because when they vet who your partner,
when they put everybody together,
that may make up a collective experience.
Yeah.
Number two, bank care about cash flow. How many sources of income do you got coming?
Yes.
And you can't walk in the bank, for lack of better words, barely making any money and expect them to give you $1 million construction.
Well, this is the thing too. And I tell people, your debt ratio compared to the money you bringing in, you got to be real careful.
Oh, absolutely.
And I tell, I kind of follow. I like some of Dave Ramsey principles, but some things I feel like it's outdated.
Yeah, it's
not for me. I can't talk about the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna use that business funding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody's different.
Right.
They want you to just zero out.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And everything paid off.
Correct.
With me, I'm like, man, if I got the ability to hit $250,000 credit card over here, and I can leverage it and go buy a little small apartment, duplex. I take your money, and then people coming in. I mean, it's a lot of different ways.
Because banks want to know at the end of the day, okay, what kind of assets do you have?
Yes.
If this fail, what can we take?
Yes.
And this is why I say it's okay to partner, man.
Come on.
Don't let your ego get in the way of you saying, I'm doing this project myself.
Come on.
When, man, you can maybe partner.
Yes.
We split the profits, but we also split the risk.
Yes. Hold on. That's so deep. The risk. People scared of the risk.
People scared of the risk.
Listen, people are scared of. When I walked away from the railroad, they was like, bro, you leaving the railroad, bro?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
The benefits. I'm like, bro, I'm so tired of clocking in on somebody else's dreams. It's time for me to clock in on mine, bro.
Right.
Oh, man, you crazy, bro. Bro, me and you, we move different.
Right.
We only got one life.
One.
I need to make sure I'm doing what I love to do and not going to get locked into the JOB, the journey of the broke.
Right.
I'm not going to work for 40 years, 40 hours a week, and can't receive 40% of what I put into the system.
Right.
System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money.
Right.
They didn't already put a system on us.
Right.
And we just falling into it.
Right.
No, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And then my mindset shifted. And once I woke up.
Right. Because you're the one that's laying down with that paper.
That's it.
You laying down with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The last one is denial. There's an acronym. Don't even notice I am lying. People in denial every day.
Man, like you asked the question about how about missing multiple opportunities? That falls under denial. That's lying to yourself.
Come on.
Every day, I don't know about you. I speak to myself in the mirror.
I do.
I sell myself
every day.
That's just me though.
Yes.
But you can lie to everyone else. But you can't lie to yourself, man. You cannot lie to yourself.
I tell people that, I say, man, do you got a vision board?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. So 99% of the people don't have the one I'm about to ask you right now. You got a vision board with everything on it that you want to accomplish this year. Do you got next to that vision board, do you got a picture of you and people around it? I call this your vision environment. So look, let me talk about it real quick.
Okay.
You need to have everybody, if you're watching this, you need to have a vision environment. Put a picture of you in the middle, a white cardboard, and put the people you want to be connected to all year round. These people who is going to push your vision board. Right. Your vision environment pushes your vision board.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because your environment, who you talk to on a daily basis can tell me what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
Man, I don't need to know how much money you got. I don't need to know where you stay.
Yes.
Let me get your cell phone.
Man.
And let me go through a 1 day of call logs.
Come on.
And if I can see who you're talking to,
man,
I can know what your hands are doing. That's me.
I'm with you. That's why I tell people, create a vision environment. The vision environment is so important. Everybody, I got my goals written down, man. I want this Lambo. You want a Lambo and you barely making $1,000 a month. Right. Stop.
And not only that, man, it challenges.
Yes.
It challenges because me growing up in a small town, relationships came natural because it was so small and we depended on each other in the community. But the older I got and the more I started being around truly successful people that had multiple companies and making millions of dollars. Come on. And they're very intentional about the relationships they choose.
That's good.
You have to go out of it. So, someone told me, oh, well, I think if choosing your friends, that ain't really authentic and stuff like that. And I said to myself, man, as guys, we intentional about the type of woman we want to talk to.
Yes.
So why can't you be intentional about the type of friends and the type of people you want to be around?
Come on, man. And I tell people this. Imagine God told you every 30 minutes, your life, you only can survive is what you plug into. So let's talk about it. So you walking around with a plug every day. Right. And he say every 30 minutes you must plug into something or you gonna die.
Right.
Kiss my wife in the morning. Boom. Plugged into that.
Right.
Woke up, went to the gym. Boom, I plugged into that.
Right.
Now this is the tricky part. That friend calling your phone might not be what you need to talk to.
Right.
Do you, I don't answer that phone with him or her or whoever. Right. So it's very important that, because what you plug into is the source that comes back to you. Right. And I'm really big on that. Like, your energy, the people you're around. Right. That's how me and my wife was able to build our brands to such a lower scale. Right. And I tell people, I have people sit in this chair, got 1 million followers, not making like 20% of what I'm making.
Dude, you know how many
Not about the followers.
You know how many people I looked at? Like, when I was thinking, I was like, man, they must be making bank. Then when I started surpassing a lot of them, and I'm looking at it like, man, I got 1,500 followers.
That's all you need.
And I'm looking at it like, but man, I'm doing well.
But look, I tell people, everybody, I say, power of 1,000. They say, what you mean by that? Focus on getting 1,000 people to know, like, and trust you, and they'll spend $1,000 with you.
Oh, absolutely. I believe
so. 1,000 times 1,000 is $1 million.
Man, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's
good. You
know
what I'm saying? Yeah. I try to tell people, like, man, it's not about all these people, followers. Who cares about that? I don't care about that. What I care about is who I'm serving, why I'm serving them, and am I helping them get to the level that they want to get to.
Because relationships, man, we all are trying to get something out of it.
Yes.
It's not just we just shooting it, man. We
trying to see, okay, what he got going on. Right. Maybe I could connect with him and vice versa. Right. And that's why I decided to do that podcast gala. I'm like, man, let me get like this year I probably interviewed, about 70 people.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. And so out of those 7 people, I did like a number in my head. I'm like, it's probably like $200 million. Of all, like, collectively what people making and stuff like that. And then my wife interviewed on her podcast because she got her own podcast. Mm-hmm. She probably interviewed about 30 women.
Man, so 100 people together.
Just that. Yeah. And that's not including, we got a podcast ourselves called One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
Okay.
And so we probably, by another 20-something people on there. Man. So, but it's just being connected to people. Correct. People get to see who we are, what we do, why we do it. Correct. And then you just keep going. So what do you tell your 13-year-old self so that today your life look different? Look into that camera and say something.
Man, it's funny you asked that. My son is 13.
Ooh,
and we just had a talk.
Okay.
I was telling, so what I would tell my 13-year-old self is be patient. Be patient, but be intentional about where you're trying to go. Yes. Be intentional about everything you're trying to do, but also at the same time be patient because it takes time to grow into. Just because you may have the skills or the you may have not developed the mentality. Not only the mentality, you may not have the right relationships in your life.
Ooh, man,
so
that's
sometimes
so important.
You gotta, be patient with yourself until the stars line up. Yeah.
So we got a time capsule about this big, this big. You're on your way out, okay? You're on your way out. God saying, okay, come on, time to go home. What do you put in this time capsule? We're going to put the time capsule in the ground and pull it up 1,000 years later. For people to remember you by, what do you put? You only can put 3 things in there. It's only this big, only 3 physical things that goes in there.
Man, that's tough, bro. Man, that's tough. If all things are perfect.
Okay.
That means this is before my time cap. So just if all things are perfect, that means I've done what I've done.
Yes.
To prepare my kids for them.
Yes.
That means I've set up the trust.
Yes.
The wealth.
Did everything.
All of that. So, but in the time capsule.
Or do you leave to help the next generation outside your kids? That's something you think. Let me tell you what I'm gonna leave. Maybe that'll help you.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave a letter. That letter is gonna explain my mentality and my mindset. I'm gonna leave. I'm working on 2 more books right now, so I'm gonna leave my books. Okay. So you can see how I was thinking. And then the last thing I'm gonna leave videos. Now, I don't know how they're gonna be able to see the videos because things changing so fast. Correct. But I will try to leave all my podcast videos, all my, if you follow me, you'll see I post like 3 or 4 reels. Sometimes I do it a day. Sometimes I do every other. It just depends. I go crazy. Mm-hmm. So I will leave that so people can know about how to be an entrepreneur. Right. So you need to leave 3 things in this time capsule. What are you gonna leave? Man, the world needs to remember. You know why? It's a hard question. People don't think about it. But the reality is, are you building wealth for yourself or are you building wealth for others? Now, everybody building wealth for their kids, generations. But I'm saying, are you building your purpose? Is it just for you and your family, or is it for other people outside your family? Right. This is a deep question.
Man, one of the things is on my vision board.
Okay.
And this is just a personal thing that
yes, sir.
When I was getting going. Man, I read so many real estate books.
Come on.
And what I started noticing was it's all the same information.
Oh, come on.
And there's like no true guidance because the real estate, when you get to reading like the Urban Land Institute books, that's all prepare you for corporate. It doesn't prepare you for the actual reality steps that go on in this industry. And so one of my bigger goals was to you asked me on the way out.
You're on the way out. You about to check out.
God may bless this, in the future.
Yeah, in the future.
But I would love to, leave a real estate school or real estate program or real estate development program in partnership with a university or something like that. Yeah.
That's good because the reason why I like to ask these questions because a lot of people don't think about this. Right. I asked my wife a question the other day. She was like, you need to stop thinking like that. I'm not thinking like this. I asked myself the other day, if I died today, have I did enough work, all right, to say that my life has been fulfilled? Correct. My answer would be yes, because I wanted to be job-free. I wanted to write a book. I wanted to become a millionaire. It's just a lot. It'll be yes. Right. But, again, do I have more work to do? I do.
Oh, absolutely.
But the problem is we don't want to live with no regret, though. Right. So many people waking up living with regret.
Man, I try to live on the line every day.
Yes.
There's days I come home and collapse.
Man, come on.
Yeah, I try to live on the line every day. So, to that question, man, if God take me today,
it's just some sense mindset.
I believe I done laid it on the table.
And that's all I tell people. I'm not trying to die. Right. I'm just saying this is a question to think about. Right. that because we all living in this super villain mindset of like, oh man, I'm never going. I'm like, man, we all out of here. Right. It's just that make sure you enjoy the moment, right. And that's why I wasn't so scared to take the risk.
Right.
But once I took the risk, and I was speaking to my wife every day, now she entrepreneur.
Right. So just to bring into perspective for me,
yes,
how
sir.
I've laid it all on.
Come on.
I feel I laid it on the table.
Come on.
2017 was a shift for me with real estate. It turned into 100% development, new construction, single family townhomes.
Come on.
To where we focus on. From 2017 to date, I think I'm at about 120 something million in sales.
Come on.
When I look at how many homes we have on the books in the pipeline for like the next 4 to 5 years,
come on,
we're at about 827. So you're talking about in a 5-year span?
Man, you're doing some work.
Busy.
I love it.
Busy. Yeah.
And I think that's so important, dog, that everybody get a chance to like know your success, know your grind. People they on the outside looking in. Right. This is the thing I tell people, and I'm about to ask you this question, because a lot of times we in the frame, we can't see.
Right.
We can't see because we live in it.
Right.
All right. So what is something you want to pat yourself on, pat your back on when it comes to your life at the age of 37 today? Like, what is that thing you say, man, I did that?
Man, one thing I would congratulate myself on is having the courage to jump off the porch and go after it.
Yes.
And then I look back, I just did it since today, my birthday. I was, up at 3:30 this morning.
Come on.
Went outside, sat on the back porch and reflecting.
Yes.
And I said, man, Demetrice, 10 years ago, man, you was almost, crying to be in this position.
Come on.
Man, look where you at now. Man, and so I was telling God, like, God, man, if my first 2 years went like this by me jumping in it, man, what's in store for me in my next 10 years?
You know why it's gonna be better? Because what you have learned. Yeah. So now you're not that little fetal, that little baby that's just, I don't really know. I'm trying to figure this out. Now you've seen it. You know how to you become better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell my wife all the time, I say, look, our goal used to be $100,000 a month. Right. Man, we trying to get to $1 million right now. We ain't playing no more. Right. But the only way we do that is to have multiple streams of income. Because if you got one income, too close to zero. You know what I'm saying? You got one income, you're too close to zero. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really big on like my brand, Why Now Is Your Time, my brand, books, podcasts, digital products, mentorship, community. It's all built out. You know what I'm saying? Because I recognize, like, you can't help everybody, but you can help somebody.
You can help somebody.
And the SW rule, I don't know if you ever heard of it. The SW rule. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody's waiting. When you adapt that mindset every day, Jesus had that mindset. If you look, he said, man, some will accept me as their Lord and Savior. Some won't. Right. But whoever wanted to be healed. So when I wake up, whoever want to be empowered by Why Now Is Your Time, I'm here for it.
Right.
It ain't for everybody, and I'm cool with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know it ain't for everybody.
Right.
I might get on, sometimes I'm by myself, I might curse. Oh, he cursed. I'm human, and I'm telling you the real. Right. And I learned the white people can go curse. Oh, and we be like, oh my God, Gary Vee is just so great. Black people like, I don't know if I wouldn't do that if I was you. You know, it's like we gotta get pulled back.
Right. No, man. Man, look, you good, bro. Man, one of the things me and my wife did, we with the kids.
Yes, sir.
I was like, hey, man, for us, in our culture,
yes,
man, we got whooped. We got beat. Like, and I say that it was a good thing, but also a bad thing.
Yes.
The good thing is we learn manners. We learn et cetera, et cetera.
We didn't need them meetings, though.
Yeah. The bad thing that I saw come from it was it sheltered our authentic gifts and our authentic personalities.
Yes.
And so, I was telling my wife, like, hey, man, with the kids, I don't want to be the whooping parent. I'll do it. But for the most part, whenever we see their little natural personality, let's groom it. Let's water it.
Come on.
Correct it where it needs to be corrected, but let's groom it so that way, in their 20s, when they can take off,
come on,
they're already operating in their natural self. For us, Man, it took
took a while.
10 years to come back to that, bro. Maybe even longer.
Because what was told us.
Yeah.
You know, I had this book on the shelf for a while, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to do it. You know, and my wife was like, man, get it out. Don't be, man, just do it. Right. Don't care what they think. Right. And so I'm like, so after I did this one, I started getting reviews. I'm like, God, like, I told you. Now I got the next one. The next one, the title goes so hard, they're going to be like, I made $1 million in 12 months. How to get to the elfin bag. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's just the mindset. And I love what y'all doing with y'all kids because it's allowing them to be free and not go sit down. Don't say nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff. It's like, man, I'm just trying to say, you a kid, stay in the kid's place. Right. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm
my 6-year-old, she's a natural negotiator. Come on. But she don't know it yet because she's so young. Yes. But man, everything is negotiating there. Come on. She negotiates everything.
Come on. And I think that's so good. So this is the part where I throw the alley hoop and throw it to you. Is there anything you want to ask me?
Man, what made you choose podcast?
Man, look.
And the reason I asked that question is I know, for me, I always like asking those type of questions because I feel that's where you're going to be the most fruitful at.
Yes.
When you're operating in something that you're not even working. You just
you're
just doing you.
Just doing me.
Yeah. So what made podcast?
Man, look, in 2018 we started podcast. Me and my wife started the relationship therapy. And then we was like, man, everybody had the name, so we was like, man, let's change the name. And man, I was just looking around. See, podcast thing now, but 2018 podcast wasn't a thing.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? So I started looking around. I'm like, man, I need to upgrade my equipment. I said, man, my brand, Why Now Is Your Time, was already birthed in 1999. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that tell you how long it is. So 1999, it was birthed. Right. But it didn't come to fruition until like 2011. Because it sat on the shelf because nobody told me how to be job free. Right. Nobody told me how to be an entrepreneur. Right. Everybody saying go work for somebody. Right. I had to be the one saying, man, I'm jumping off this limb. Right. I'm going to get it. So when I started podcasting, I said, man, I'm going to start my podcast Why Now Is Your Time. Right. And this is going to be for entrepreneurs, people who are thought leaders. And we're gonna talk about 3 principles because it's built on 3 principles. Okay. Life, brand, legacy. I think everybody should design the life they want, create the brand they deserve, and leave their legacy. Right. But the final part is with their own information and products. Right. You got to die empty. Right. What you just told me earlier, you want to build that university. Right. At this point, it should be every day you're writing a page or 2 in there for the curriculum, getting it ready. Correct. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all got information inside of us. We just got to have somebody to teach us how to package, promote it, and get us to where we need to be. So that's what really made me start it, just to have conversations with incredible people like yourself. I love to have conversations. Right. You know, I remember when I first started, I used to be reading the paper. I used to be doing this. And now, man, I did interview, man. I probably did over 300-something podcasts.
Man, wow. So. Because podcasts, me, when I look at it, man, I'm like, man, it's challenging. What do you call that degree that you go to school so you can be a news anchor?
Oh, to be in the media, and
it's challenging all of that.
Yeah.
Because is you don't have to go through those proper channels, man. It's just coming up with your own brand, your own talk show, your own. Yes. And man, I'm seeing so many people get sponsorship deals.
Man, I got a couple on the table right now. So it's just to be out there, man. The only thing that I tell people is step out on faith, believe in yourself. Right. But at the end of the day, I'm building. You gotta remember too. I have my own mentorship, $2,500 a year. So I got several students in there. Mm-hmm. So I'm building my own. My goal is every year to help 100 people start a podcast. Okay. And then we're taking the mentees, and then we're gonna eventually build a podcast network. Okay. To put everybody underneath it. Okay. Like I said, our next move is to go from this 1,100 square foot building to a 10,000 square foot building, 5 podcast rooms, state-of-the-art kitchen, 2 rooms where you can teach, photographer room where you can do photography. I want a place for creators.
So people can actually have a podcast, but actually rent a space from you to record their own podcast.
All day.
Wow, I like that idea.
And like right now, this room. Yeah. We rent the room out to several people. Right. So the equipment be outside. They come in here. We change this whole room around to wherever whatever we know what they like,
right?
Whatever they want, and then we hit record. They see themselves on the screen.
Right. We
hit record. They go for an hour and a half, and then boom, within 24 hours, they get the audio, the clips, the thumbnail, sent right back to them.
Wow,
we done.
Wow, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just allowing people to be creative and not overthinking it,
right?
Because a lot of people think like, man, podcasting, man, it's a lot to do. Like, I'm like, if you know somebody already doing it like me, we run 3 podcasts. So, man, that's it. Wow. Any more questions you want to ask me? Just any questions. Just any.
Talked about, man, what we gonna do with this football team, man?
What we gonna do with this football team? I don't know. Hopefully, this quarterback can be decent.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he can be decent.
I'm not from here, but home, it's home.
Yeah, it's home. It's home. So hopefully he can be decent. Hopefully, I don't know, man. I hope. I told my wife, I'm gonna give me some Houston Rockets tickets this year, but they're young too, though. So
they're young, man.
So I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how how it's gonna do, but I mean, I have another question for you too. So in the so you right now you in a community, huh? Mm-hmm. You in this one community?
So we're doing stuff in Acres Homes, Independence Heights. We have a few projects in Sunnyside. We have one project in Fifth Ward. Mm-hmm. Spring Branch is coming. Okay. So, but primarily it's been Acres Homes. Okay, so everything already sold, or is trying to get sold? So we have 11 projects under construction.
Okay.
Some projects, maybe 5 homes. I got 24 homes. My biggest community that we're marketing right now is 84 homes. That's Benbrook. That's in the Northline area.
Okay.
So yeah, we have.
But didn't they shut down Northline Mall? That's a Northline? You talking about when you say Northline? I'm confused.
Northline. So in between
290,
45, and the Hardy Tollway. So
okay, I know you at. Okay,
right off of West Little York.
Okay, yeah, I know you at. I was just matter of fact, I think I was driving over the other day. But yeah, so and last question, for people to get, what are some of the requirements people need to get a home in 2023? Because this might be a question. It might be some people don't know this answer though. Right. Like, what are some of the requirements they need?
So I would say really look at your finances. Okay. The reason why I say that is the Feds, increased the interest rates. They're talking about increasing it again. And some of the lenders, they have their own criteria.
I got you.
So they've decreased the DTI, the debt to income ratio, from 49% down to 45%. So that means you got to have even more less debt to be able to purchase a house. So I would say really look at your finances. Back, one of the first questions you asked me, is it the right time to buy?
Yes.
I think it boils down to your personal financial situation. Don't just buy because everybody's pushing you, man. You need to buy a house. You need to buy a house. But what if the right time for now is not to buy a house? Really get with a mortgage lender, someone that's good at what they do, to be able to really tell you is now.
What's the average credit score though? They need to know.
So one of my lenders.
What's the lowest? Let's say what's the lowest?
I would say 630
to get a house.
630, 640.
Okay. And then what? And then what's the down payment average?
Average is about 3.5%.
That's not bad.
Yeah, because they changed it. So FHA is 3.5%, and then conventional you can do 3%.
Okay, because that's not that bad. But
we have my lender that I'm partnered up with on all the projects. They're offering 100% financing. Option. No PMI.
Okay.
That means it comes with a higher interest rate because the lender is covering it. But 100% financing, no PMI, and a minimum credit score like 640.
Okay, so then, because I know somebody, I'm thinking for somebody out there. So 640, and at least on a $100,000 house, they need to have at least $3,500. And so on a $300,000, you got to have 10.5.
Right.
Got you.
Plus your earnest money that you got to pay up front.
Okay, so your earnest money.
So earnest money, your option.
So what's the average earnest money?
1%. 1% of the purchase price.
Oh, that's not bad. So on a $300,000 house, you got to pay $3,000 plus you pay the 10, so 13.5. Okay, I got you. Yeah. That's not bad.
But plus you still need money to pay for
closing? Appraisal.
You still need money to pay for an inspection report.
So all that is an extra $2?
Nah, appraisal can run anywhere from $500 to $600. Inspection anywhere from $500 to $600.
So that's what I'm saying. Extra $1,000, $2,000.
Yeah, but banks gonna also look at reserves too. It's not just what you got in the bank. Banks want to see you got 3-4 months of reserves. That can come from a 401k. That can come from a savings account. That's smart. That can be money in the stock market. So banks want to see that too.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to, man, look, listen, I want to give you guys a conversation. You could ask them this, because I have some people be like, you should have asked them that. I'm like, nah, I'm just trying to think, like, what else would they want to know? Because that's like, other than that, that's it. You got no more questions before we close it out?
No, that's it, man.
Man, look, man, I appreciate you coming. Before you got here, did you expect what you thought? What was your thought before you came here?
When you text me, you said, hey, studio ready.
Yeah.
Basically game time.
Game time. You know what I'm saying? So, I have some people come, I do come in rolling in a bag with cameras. I'm like, bro, we don't need cameras, bro. I got cameras. Bro.
Now, when you told me you had the studio, I was like, man, I'm walking in, sitting down, get my cup of coffee.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Listen, man, he gave y'all some gems. I'm going to put all this information below. Listen, keep watching me like you watch TV. Your mindset going to change, and for sure your bank account. Remember, Lamborghinis don't make commercials because they said the people they market to ain't sitting on the couch. Man, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.